Everyone thought it was a joke, a headline relationship that would quietly disappear the way it started. But now, insiders are saying Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner aren't just dating. They're living together, building a life, and acting like a married couple without the paperwork. The same relationship people once called a PR stunt is suddenly being described as basically married. And the clues behind that claim? They've been hiding in plain sight this whole time. At the beginning, almost no one took it seriously. When Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner were first linked, the internet instantly labeled it a PR move. Too random, too different, too perfectly timed. Fans joked it was a temporary headline, something that would quietly fade once the buzz died down. Hollywood had seen this story before, or so everyone thought, but while the noise online kept growing, the couple did the opposite. They went quiet, no oversharing, no constant red carpet moments. Just low-key meets, private dinners, and subtle sightings that never fully stopped. And that's when people started to notice something strange. This fake relationship wasn't going away. It wasn't escalating fast either. It was settling in. Slowly, the narrative shifted. Months passed. Then years, and Timothée and Kylie were still together. No dramatic breakups, no messy headlines, just consistency. The kind that doesn't need attention to survive. And that's when it became clear. This wasn't a PR stunt spiraling out of control. It was something far more real and far more intentional. Then came the detail that completely flipped the narrative. Reports claim Timothée and Kylie didn't just spend a lot of time together, they moved in together. According to insiders, the two have been living under the same roof in Los Angeles for over a year, not casually crashing at each other's places, fully sharing a home. And in Hollywood, that's a major line to cross. Once that information surfaced, the PR relationship theory started falling apart fast. Because people don't quietly live together for that long just for optics. There are no cameras, no headlines, no payoff. It's real life. And suddenly, fans realized this relationship wasn't about being seen. It was about building something private. Living together also explained why they were rarely spotted apart, why they moved in sync, why the relationship felt calmer, steadier, almost domestic. It wasn't flashy, but it was solid. And for many, that was the moment everything clicked. Because once you share a home, you're sharing routines, responsibilities, and futures. But living together wasn't the most surprising part. What truly made people pause was who else Timothée had quietly become part of. According to sources, he's not just in Kylie's life, he's involved in her kids' lives too. Stormy and Ira, and for Kylie, that's not a small decision. That's a line she doesn't let many people cross. Insiders say Timothée has been present and consistent, not popping in for show, but actually showing up. And fans know how carefully Kylie guards that part of her world. She's kept her children largely out of the spotlight, especially when it comes to her relationships. So the idea that Timothée has been welcomed into that space sent a clear message. This isn't temporary. For a lot of people, that detail changed the entire tone of the story. Because relationships can be private, secretive, even intense. But when kids are involved, it usually means long-term intentions. And suddenly, the basically married talk didn't sound dramatic anymore. It sounded logical. It only took one word to change everything. Standing on the Golden Globes stage, holding yet another career-defining award, Timothée Chalamet thanked his parents. And then he thanked my partner. No name, no explanation. Just that word. And instantly, the internet exploded. Fans replayed the clip again and again, asking the same question: why partner? In Hollywood, that choice isn't accidental. It's deliberate. It signals equality, permanence, and a shared life. especially coming from someone as careful with words as Timothée. For many, it felt like a quiet confirmation hiding in plain sight. What made it even louder was how calm and natural it sounded. No hesitation, no joke. Just a matter-of-fact acknowledgement of someone who clearly plays a central role in his life. And in that moment, speculation turned into something heavier. Because when someone publicly labels their relationship that way, it usually means the biggest decisions have already been made behind closed doors. After that moment, everything they did felt different. Awards season suddenly became what fans started calling their soft launch, not a dramatic debut, not a headline-grabbing announcement, just consistent, confident appearances that spoke louder than any statement ever could. At the Critics' Choice Awards just a week later, Timothée took home Best Actor once again for Marty Supreme. And there was Kylie by his side, calm and present, no longer keeping her distance. The way they moved together caught people's attention. No awkwardness. No trying to hide. Just comfort. Like this was already normal for them. What stood out most wasn't the outfits or the photos. It was the energy. Kylie wasn't playing the role of a plus one. She looked like someone who belonged there. Someone who had been through the late nights, the pressure, the buildup. And fans noticed that Timothée seemed grounded in a way they hadn't seen before. That's when insiders finally started speaking up. According to sources close to the couple, Timothée and Kylie hadn't secretly tied the knot. No hidden ceremony, no paperwork filed. But the way they live, the way they move, it's already there. One source put it plainly. They're basically married already. Reports claim they're inseparable behind the scenes. Always together, deeply obsessed with each other, sharing daily life in a way most celebrity couples never reach. This isn't about public validation or flashy gestures. It's about routines, trust, and choosing each other when no one's watching. What makes it even more convincing is how intentional their privacy has been. They didn't rush to sell a fairy tale. They didn't milk the attention. They built quietly, and now the foundation is solid enough that labels almost feel unnecessary. To insiders, the commitment is obvious, even without rings. What really separates this relationship from the rest is timing. Timothée is standing at the absolute peak of his career, awards piling up, Hollywood fully locked in. Kylie, on the other hand, seems to be in a completely different chapter, quieter, more private, less about spectacle, more about stability. And somehow those two phases fit together perfectly. This doesn't feel like a rebound or a distraction. It doesn't feel rushed. There's no chaos, no constant headlines, no dramatic on and off cycle. Instead, it feels grounded, almost grown. Fans have noticed that Timothée looks calmer, more focused, and Kylie appears more selective about what and who she lets into her world. That balance is why so many people are convinced this isn't just another celebrity relationship. It looks intentional, like two people who know exactly what they want and aren't in a rush to explain it to anyone else. And in an industry built on attention, that kind of restraint is rare. So now the story has flipped completely. The relationship everyone mocked is the one moving the quietest. And possibly the strongest. No big announcements. No forced fairy tale. Just two people building a life while the world plays catch-up. If insiders are right, Timothée and Kylie don't need a wedding to prove anything. They're already sharing homes, families, and futures. And maybe that's why they've stayed. So calm through all the noise, because the biggest milestones have already happened in private. But the mystery is what keeps everyone watching. Will they ever make it official? Will there be a surprise announcement no one sees coming? Or are they redefining what commitment looks like in Hollywood altogether? One thing's certain, this story isn't finished. And the next chapter might shock everyone.